start. Of course, the European champions really have to make themselves known. It's going to be their first game on stage as we get into the match right now. Another getting on his target right away. It looks like it is going to be Melee versus Melee in the center of the match. Already Air Shield and Big Hot already going out onto Wanfu, and now another using lots of stuff early, and Wanfu's still running that tag order spec.
Gliptic was going to get in there with a little Hex action, maybe break it up, but he ate an interrupt, and now he's eating that Death Coil. Another taking a lot of damage.
Oh, but look at Alien Jack right now, down so low with that Death Coil straight away. Wow, and they had to use Rallying Cry and Spirit Link Totem right there, blowing through a lot of those cooldowns quickly. But another, I mean, Death Knights can be trained so hard in this game, but I mean, the damage is all over the place, both teams. When you see these dot classes absolutely pour the damage out, Unstable Affliction everywhere. CKY down to half, but Wanfu going very offensive. Recklessness right there. Going to try to dump a lot of damage into another, and the silences are really making it count.
Yeah, AMZ popped up there by another, but it's not really going to do much against Wanfu. Wanfu's sitting in it, taking some damage. Looks like he's sword forward for a second. And you can bet he's not going to blow that shield wall too early in this match. He's got a Rage Regeneration up, and with a few heals from Alien Jacks here, he's good to go. You see those Cursed Tongues thrown out by Fabio, just trying to slow things down on the opposing team. And it's mainly just Agony coming in on his team. So it looks like Sekai going for more damage, Fabio going for more control.
There goes the throwdown.
Having to Trinket there, and there's the throwdown, like you said, coming in from Wanfu, putting some pressure in on Gliptic, he's away, and another, honestly, another
here we go.
taking all the damage.
They're going to switch it back onto Wanfu. That is a huge necrotic strike right there with a shield wall blown. Also, Earth Shield coming back up. Alien Jack, if they can control him, there we go. There's the Hex. Wanfu, sitting in defensive, has that the shield wall up and the spell reflection. Wow, barely made it out of there. And that Howl of Terror hit two members. Alien Jack dropping that Tremor Totem to get out of it, but trinkets are not up for Alien Jack, but Alien Jack taking so much damage also with that necrotic strike coming back up. And man, you let that Death Knight all over your healer, and that's what happened.
Yeah, they had a good opportunity to kill another there. They just could not close it. And Wanfu saving that shield wall for the exact right time, and they were just like, yeah, that's fine, get on Alien Jack and just tear him down. Because on Sewers, if you don't have basically max range healing, you know, a Death Knight and Locke are going to be able to put damage on you in 1 to 2 seconds easily, no matter where you are.
All right, so our first round is going to go to Yas Presents.
Yeah,
faced off
strong damage.
It really was. and that's what we like to see in a lot of these matches. I mean, Death Knights can make things happen. You know, that necrotic strike is such a great ability for that healing absorbs.
Death Knights make so many things happen. They've been such a pivotal melee class here in this game. Almost like a melee mage class if you played Frost back in the day. Pretty ridiculous damage paired with a lot of utility. It just goes together with Shaman and Locke so well. And another is a top tier player from Europe. I mean, just at the very, very top of his game. And you see, you know, he spiked low there, but he didn't panic. I saw no panic cooldowns used. I really, you know, honestly didn't see all that much worry coming out of Gliptic. He had an early interrupt and just sort of sat on it.
All right, so the next round is going to play a big role for the Yas Presents because they need to take this round, you know, don't let them have any information about what they're going to play because they played it very by the book this time.
Yeah, they definitely did. Yeah, and that's pretty much what you need to do when you're going into this comp. Is just get on somebody. And, you know, the difference between the international ability to practice, you can really tell there. They didn't know exactly what they were going to do, but going on another was clearly Anarchy Roc's plan. And quite frankly, I say Yas Presents just expected to kill anybody because they did have a bit of an advantage there with all the damage they were getting out.
And, of course, the damage that they were dealing right up until the end. I mean, they went back and forth. They went on Alien Jack a bit, but Wanfu, he's the guy that's really making things happen for that team. You know, that throwdown came right when the anti-magic shell happened, so it was, you know, it wasn't the greatest time on that because, you know, that doesn't allow his Warlock to cast into it too. But Wanfu making great decisions, was playing a Dwarf Warrior that time for the Stone form just to get off all those diseases.
Yep. And he definitely had some good cooldown management, but another with, I would say, even better cooldown management. Saved that IBF for pretty late in that burst. We saw AMZ and AMS come up very, very late for him. He's got a lot of confidence in his healer, Gliptic. Another just doing work, just trudging right through that line and taking all the damage from Wanfu that he can pump out. And you can really see how strong that comp is, especially when it's played with their type of coordination. They didn't even need that many peels. Fabio did not even have to peel that much to keep another alive.
All right, well, we're going to get these players back into the match because I'm sure they want to play yet another round. Let's see where it's going to place them. Looks like it is going to be Negrand Arena in the second round. We have our European champions facing off. against the team of Anarchy Roc, which were the runner-up in the Taiwanese tournament.
Yep, and we've seen from both the Taiwanese teams a lot of aggressive play. But Yas Present showing us, they can do it just as well. I'm looking to see if another's going to be the big target again. You see that ES on him preemptively, but it's in starting area, so it's not really indicative of anything late game. I'm wondering if Glyptic is going to play a little closer to catch more interrupts because he was playing max range. I didn't really see him interrupt Sekai or Alien that much. So I'm thinking maybe they could even get a little more aggressive on the As Present side. And then, Anarchy Roc, of course, they just need to guard Wanfu because he's been a massive target for them early on in the match because everyone knows if you shut down a Warrior's damage and you force his cooldowns such as Enrage Regeneration and Shield Wall early on, you can almost 2v3. It's 2v3 at that point because the Warrior's doing so little.
Yeah, Warriors are one of the classes where their defensive cooldowns, they have to stay defensive. It's not like Cloak or Evasion where they can just keep dealing damage while that's happening. And that's just one of the drawbacks of playing a Warrior. Yep,
but on the other side, they've got Throwdown. We've seen them running that Gag Order Spec a little bit earlier. They've just got so much utility they could be putting on this team. And I feel like it might be wasted soloing another. I think maybe Glyptic or Fabio would be a good choice of targets for Wanfu, especially if you can get in there and just knock someone down so Sekai can set up on, wow, an early flanking on Sekai.
Yeah, it was good. They're going to stop him from casting as much Unstable Affliction as possible. They got one off right there, but look at another taking a lot of damage with that disarm. And you see the Colossus Smash doing so much damage to him because there goes that armor.
Yeah, it looks like a full duration disarm, another just now coming out of it into an AMS, which is kind of unfortunate, taking a ton of damage and not doing too much in return. Wanfu definitely putting the pressure on, but you can see now he's got that DK pet on him. He's probably going to have some dots incoming. Not that it matters. He's taking so much damage, and Fabio's really not even doing that much to him.
And you can see Glyptic playing pretty far behind right now, and that's a good move. And because he doesn't want to put himself into range of those spheres, that AMZ goes down right there. We see a Death Coil come out onto Alien Jack right there. Wanfu down to half-life with a lot of CC onto Alien Jack. They were able to pull him behind the pillar and root him. So another's doing a lot of damage. You can see his pet is transformed, doing so much damage onto him. And look at him burn through those defensive cooldowns. Lichborn, right before it was IDF. He really wants to stay on his target.
Yeah, and the dot of time from Fabio, he's got a lot of damage rolling out on Wanfu and Sekai. This is where they're going to set up that double. And you see there's the Blanket Silence on Sekai. And they've transferred pets over to him even. Another pulling his pet back off. Looks like they can just comfortably swap back and forth, but another is taking a good deal of damage himself. And that's a pretty big intimidating shot.
Oh, but look at Wanfu right now, and when both players on this team are getting low, that's what happened last time. Wanfu taking a lot of damage, down to 40,000 hit points right now, but also Alien Jack, all three targets getting low. That Spirit Link Totem is probably the only thing that's going to save them at this point, but look at that stack Necrotic Strike onto Alien Jack. So much damage onto him. He's down to 30,000 hit points. Oh, he's rooted in place in the center of the arena, trying to get even just a Healing Surge off. Barely did not get locked. That was so close. Another. There we go. Now we see the Spirit Link Totem, but they were all low to begin with.
Yeah, trying to get another Healing Surge off. This is incredible. He's able to cast in the face of players like Fabio and another. But on the same side, I haven't seen any really good interrupts coming out of Sekai. He's not controlling the match. I don't see any big fears coming out. I don't see any Trimmer kills. I mean, they're just not controlling it. Wanfu's about to pay for it.
There he goes. The Shield Wall, the Rallying Cry. There's the Spirit Link Totem. But the big thing to note is the mana on Alien Jack. He is completely out at this point with his entire team low. It's not looking good for Anarchy whatsoever.
I would say it's looking impossibly bad. Alien Jack's gone into a Death Coil, and that's about all he can do there.
I'd say that was the Manor Death Coil right there. It's like you're going to die anyway, but go ahead.
Oh, this is off cooldown. That's how it felt like.
All right. 2 commanding victories. Look at that.